afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. Senator Risa Ontiveros claims that the government allowed smuggled sugar to enter the country. Ontiveros revealed that a shipment of 260 20-foot containers arrived at the Batangas port on February 9, earlier than its scheduled arrival of March 1. The senator suspects that the shipment contained part of the 440,000 metric tons of sugar that the government approved for importation under Sugar Importation Order Number 6. A quick check on the Sugar Regulatory Administration's records section showed that the order was released on February 15. Ontiveros claimed that the Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and several agriculture officials were involved in the matter.
Sinasabi dito that the ES, allegedly more than a month ago, provided some sort of authority to import that the SRA had not. Totoo kaya itong liham na ito na pirmado di umano ni Yusek Panganiban? Sana ay hindi ito totoo. If it were genuine, marami ang kailangang linawin ng pinakamatataas na opisyal sa DA at sa Malacanang na kapwa kanang kamay ng presidente. Ano ang legal basis ng authority to import na ibinigay di umano ni ES? Bakit gumawa ng ganitong liham si Yusek Panganiban? Samantalang alam nila na tanging SRA ang maaring maglabas ng sugar order.
One News is reaching out to Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and the Agriculture Department for comments. And the investigation continues into the ambush that killed the Cagayan Vice Mayor and 5 others. Police Chief Rodolfo Azurin sends his condolences to the family of slain Apari Vice Mayor Romel Alameda. He said that they are still determining whether the suspects in the ambush in Nueva Vizcaya were part of the police force. Azurin also clarified that there was no indication that the killing was an act of terror.
Tuloy-tuloy pang pag-imbestiga natin doon at kung mga policeman yon, sisiguraduhin po natin na mabibigyan po sila ng kaukulang kaparusahan to the maximum. So far wala naman po tayong nakikita ng mga indicators na mayroong mga terroristic act na mangyayari specifically dito sa National Capital Region.
Meanwhile, the Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines condemns the recent ambush of public officials. The group is calling for authorities' immediate response to resolve the cases. Aside from Vice Mayor Alameda, Lanao del Sur Governor Mamintal Adiong Jr. and several of his aides were also ambushed in Bukidnon on Friday. Adiong is now recovering in hospital.
Government officials na nanumpa para magilbihan sa ating taong bayan, sila mismo ay under attack. Paano na kaya ang safety ni mismo si Juan de la Cruz? Ito ay nagagawa sa mga opisyal na ating pamahalaan.
Former Presidential Security Group head Jesus Durante III and other soldiers' movements have been restricted as they face civil and criminal complaints for the murder of model and businesswoman Yvonette Chua Plaza. Army Commander Lieutenant General Romeo Browner Jr. told the chiefs that Durante and his deputy, Colonel Michael Licyayo, are currently restricted to headquarters. Browner added that other soldiers linked to Plaza's killing have been physically separated from other officers. Durante has been tagged as the mastermind behind Plaza's murder late in December of last year.
We are roaming free because as we mentioned, they're restricted in their quarters, and we have military police personnel guarding them in their quarters. We cannot also legally restrict them when it comes to communicating with other people. Hindi po yun parte ng ating restriction.
We're pausing for a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Scientists and environmental groups have sounded the alarm of another drought in Italy as canals, rivers, and lakes dry up this winter. The warning comes as Venice faces unusually low tides, making it impossible for gondolas and other vessels to navigate through its famous canals. The problems in Venice are being blamed on a confluence of events: the lack of rain, a high-pressure system, a full moon, and sea currents. An environmental group also raised the red flag for Italy's longest river, the Po, which has 61% less water than normal. The Po runs from the Alps, which received less than half of its usual snowfall last year. And the Philippine government has made an initial payment of 130 million pesos for new trains from China. In an interview with Radio 5, Philippine National Railways Vice Chairman Jeremy Regino said they are buying 3 train sets with 4 coaches each from a Chinese car company. According to Regino, the total contract price is 1.9 billion pesos. At present, the PNR is using 6 imported train sets from Indonesia. Here is a quick look at today's other top stories. The Philippine team helping in search and rescue operations in Turkey could be coming home soon. This development comes as the chances of finding survivors grow slimmer 2 weeks after the magnitude 7.8 earthquake hit the country. The Filipino rescue team is expected to stop operations by February 24 and will be Philippine-bound no later than March 1st. The Philippines and the United States are discussing possible joint Coast Guard patrols in the South China Sea. This is on the back of the laser-pointing incident in the Ayungin Shoal on February 6 that involved both the Chinese and Philippine Coast Guards. And 2 soldiers who were supposed to help in the search for a missing Cessna plane in Bicol were killed in an ambush in Barangay Cotmon in Camalig. The soldiers were shopping for supplies at around 7 this morning when they were gunned down by unidentified assailants. And the PBA AllStar Game is all set. Team Japet Aguilar and Team Scotty Thompson have drafted their lineups for the event. Marty Bautista with the story.
It's all systems go for the returning PBA AllStar Game. Japet Aguilar and Scotty Thompson of the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings were picked as captains, being the top 2 vote-getters from fans. The first PBA All-Star Draft took place yesterday, where the 2 captains picked their teammates for the showcase, much like the running system in the NBA for the past few years. Thompson won the coin toss for the number 1 pick in the All-Star Draft. He picked his Ginebra teammate Christian Stan Hardinger. Aguilar, meanwhile, selected 6-time MVP Junmar Fajardo of the San Miguel Beermen. Fajardo finished 3rd in the All-Star voting. Aguilar says he just wants to enjoy the All-Star weekend with the fans, having not experienced it in the past 3 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The PBA All-Star weekend will take place from March 9 to 12 at Pasig City in Iloilo. The All-Star game will be played on the last day of festivities.
We just want them to enjoy the moment, enjoy the game. You know, it's an all-star game, so hindi kailangan maging serious masyado. So, ayun.
Thompson, meanwhile, was not surprised that several Gin Kings made it to the All-Star teams. 8 of the 24 All-Stars this year are from Barangay Ginebra.
I think yung mga Ginebra fans naman talaga, grabe yung suporta sa amin. So, yung mga nambash naman, for sure, kalaban yun namin. Luckily, we're in Ginebra, talaga yung support nila sa amin all out.
PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall also defended critics who said the All-Star Game has become a popularity contest. Marshall notes that fans themselves should determine who plays in the showcase.
Ganun naman talaga sa All-Stars. Kahit sa NBA, talagang fans ang nasusunod. So, ganun pa rin. Magbabago siguro yung format, pero fans pa rin. Ang All-Star ay para sa mga fans.
Joining Thompson and C. Stan in Team Scotty are CJ Perez, Calvin Abueva, Robert Bolick and Arvin Tolentino, Kevin Alas, Jason Castro, Stanley Pringle, Marshall Lassiter, Mark Baroka, and James Yap will also be there. Meanwhile, Japeth and Junmar will be joined by Jamie Malonzo, Chris Newsom, Roger Pugoy, and L.A. Tenorio, along with Mikey Williams, Paul Lee, Jeremiah Gray, Gian Mamuya, Nard Pinto, and Terrence Romeo. Ginebra coach Tim Cohn will lead Team Japeth, while Rainer Shine's Yang Yao will coach Team Scotty. For News 5, Marty Bautista, we are One News.
And for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.